Hi, I'm here in Texas with my grandmother, Della Howard, and we're just sitting in her living room and we're just chatting with her, and we thought we would just share some of the things that we're talking about with you because we just feel like she has been through a lot and she's full of a lot of wisdom, and we know that there's some gals out there that might not have the opportunity to talk to someone like her. So we just wanted to take this moment and share with you. So I just have a few questions that I was going to ask her, and she's just going to share from her heart, and hopefully through this time you can learn something and it will encourage you. That's our goal today. So looking back at some things that you've been through, what would you say that your favorite time of life has been? What has been the favorite chapter?
It really is when the kids were little and growing up, going to school, the funny things they would do and say. Tony always came home with her, maybe her hem out of her dress, and she was such a cute little tomboy, and she'd come home she'd really been running and doing and having fun. And then I liked the way all of them worked together, whether they were fighting or or plotting against me. It was still okay. They were having fun. They loved to swim. They swam in Corpus Christi, and then when we moved back to Fort Worth, we finally had a pool. And then by golly, we had grandkids that could come over and swim. So we had a lot of fun with all the kids.
And so that was when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
What about maybe a season in your life as you got older? Can you look back on some favorite times in that time as well?
In my older life?
Maybe after 50, after 60.
Yes, I can recall that at 55, I thought my life was it. I was, had nothing to look forward to. And my husband was very ill, and we went through a very hard time of taking care of him. But we did. And then, what was the question?
Well, and then so you got through that.
Yes.
And yet there was still some more joyous times in your life.
Oh,
you were telling me that one of the favorite times in your life, too, that you were in your 70s.
That's right. After my husband died, I met again a fellow that I went to school with, mm-hmm. and my husband's best friend.
Oh.
And his wife had died, so we got together and we just had a very good time.
So it was like you were young again. You
yes.
were courting again.
Oh, we were in love. It was an amazing thing.
Yeah, in your 70s. So that's great. That's awesome.
We ate out a lot. In fact, I recall that he really would cook for me, which had never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
He'd make the most delicious food and bring it and set it in front of me on a plate, just fixed up so lovely.
Which was something very different than what you were used to, because she's a very, very good cook. So,
and I was always cooking for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So that was such a surprise and such a delight.
So you've been through ups and you've been through downs
right.
in your life, and you've been through some difficult times when you were young. But in looking back at that young woman that's going through the difficult time, mm-hmm. you yourself, what would you say to her? What would you say to the young Della that's going through that difficult time?
I would say to just give it some time. Don't be in a big hurry. Things do change, and they are surprising changes, something you may not ever expect. And life really goes on in mysterious and wonderful ways. Wait for it.
Okay. And then you told me earlier that you live in a community with some other women that are your
mm-hmm.
age, and you get the opportunity to sit and chat with them sometimes, and that's really nice. And you said that you were even talking about maybe what you were going to say to some of the women out there, and what were some of the things that you guys were discussing at the table last night?
I asked 4 other women in their 80s, what would you tell a young woman? And they all agreed that the thing that they said the most thing that you should do is to enjoy the time. Enjoy your kids. Savor it because it goes so fast. Your kids are young and you have all sorts of problems, but before you know it, they're grown. So enjoy it right then. And the other thing that they said was to be sure to laugh. Find something that makes you happy, whatever it is. Find a friend that you like to laugh with. Don't be blue by yourself.
You need that relationship and that connection with
right.
other people. That's important. Helps get you through the good times, and it helps get you through the bad times.
That's right.
So you need that.
And you'll look back on it and love it.
Yeah, well, good. Well, I thank you so much for sharing. Okay. And hopefully we've been able to encourage somebody out there, because that's why we're doing it.
Oh, and I did want to say to be kind to each other.
Okay.
Say things to each other that are encouraging. I guess it's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah.
It really helps.
Yeah, it's with your words and your actions.
Right. All of
that. So, well,
thank you.
Thank you. Now we feel a little wiser that we've got to hang out with you. Thanks so much.
I enjoyed it too.
All right. Thanks so much, and hopefully we'll get to interview you next time I'm in town too, and learn some more.
10 years later.
That's right. All right.